The throne hall of the Zarthari Empire lay heavy in silence, a silence so profound that it weighed on every scaled shoulder and clawed hand present. Queen Xylaria, matriarch of the galaxy's fiercest warrior race, sat upon her obsidian throne, her burning gold eyes fixed on the banners that fluttered with every mechanical hiss of the life-sustaining vents. Her daughter, her only daughter, was gone. General reports told of the battle at Drennick's Rift, where the human fleet had clashed with the Zarthari in a maelstrom of fire and debris. It was said that Princess Xylaria, the Queen's heir, led her war cruiser into the heart of the fight. A human missile had torn through its hull, and the vessel had been swallowed by the abyss. And no body had been recovered. That was the part that ate away at Xyria's mind, like acid burning through steel. No body, no closure. But to hope was to be weak, and weakness was not permitted in her court. So she silenced the gnawing ache by locking it away behind the mask of a ruler. "Your Majesty," croaked High Commander Exxon, bowing deeply. "Our scouts found wreckage consistent with the princess's ship. There is nothing left." The queen rose, towering over the court, her voice echoing like thunder. Then Xylaria, heir of the Zarthari, fell in battle as a warrior should. Let her name be etched in the stone of the honored dead. The chamber pounded their claws on the floor in solemn rhythm. But Xyria's claws dug deep into the arm of her throne. Her daughter, her light, was extinguished. Or so she thought. The middle, Xylaria's survival. The truth was stranger than the reports. Xylaria had survived. When the human missile ripped through her ship, she was thrown into the void, her body battered but intact inside a flickering escape pod. She drifted through cold silence until another vessel intercepted her. Not Zarthari. Not allies. Humans. She awoke to the soft hum of alien machinery, her lungs filled with recycled air, and a strange face hovering above her. Flesh smooth, pale, unscaled. The creature wore simple fabric, not armor, and yet his eyes held the steady calm of a seasoned warrior. "You're awake," he said, voice gentle, though she understood it only through the translator collar they placed around her neck. "You're safe now." Her first instinct had been to snarl, to lash out. Her species had warred with humanity for decades. Humans were fragile things, short-lived, soft-skinned, easily broken. And yet they were stubborn, relentless, impossible to eradicate. "Why did you not kill me?" she demanded, voice sharp despite her weakness. The human gave a small, wry smile. "I don't kill people who are dying in front of me. That's not how we do things." His name was Elias. A soldier, though he looked nothing like one by Zarthari standards. He had been part of the fleet that fought hers. His ship, too, had been struck and disabled. With only a small crew of survivors, Elias had pulled her from the pod rather than leave her to die. Enraged her. Confused her. Intrigued her. Days turned into weeks aboard the battered human frigate. Supplies were scarce. Food was rationed. And yet Elias always made sure she had enough to recover, even when it meant going hungry himself. When Xylaria asked him why, he only shrugged. "You're alive. That's reason enough." Shifting loyalties. Xylaria should have hated him. Her claws should have raked across his throat the first time he leaned close. But hatred blurred with confusion, and confusion blurred with something else. She saw him work tirelessly to keep his crew alive. She saw him take wounds upon himself rather than let another human suffer. She saw him laugh even in despair, a strange sound that warmed the icy void between them. The princess of the Zarthari, bred for command, for dominance, began to see the strength in this fragile being's compassion. One night, if one could call the artificial cycle of lights aboard the ship night, Xylaria sat beside him in the mess hall, watching him mend a broken ration heater. "You are weak," she said bluntly. Your body, your kind. You should not have survived against us. Elias smirked. We've been told that a lot. Funny thing is, we keep surviving anyway. Her eyes lingered on his hands, steady and scarred. Perhaps strength is not what I was taught to believe. And in that moment, the heir to an empire felt her loyalty shift, not away from her people, but toward something larger, something more complicated. The return. Months passed before a Zarthari scout ship finally intercepted them. Xylaria stood tall when she stepped off the human frigate. Her armor repaired with makeshift human tools, her crest lifted high. Behind her walked Elias, the human soldier who had saved her life. When word reached the queen that her daughter lived, the palace erupted in chaos. Xylaria stormed into the hangar herself, disbelief etched across her regal features. And when Xylaria came into view, Xylaria, who had never once faltered before her court, stumbled a step forward. My child, she whispered, voice cracking. Xylaria bowed her head. Mother, I have returned. The court erupted in cheers and roars, but the celebration faltered as soon as their eyes fell upon Elias. Human. Walking beside their princess. The guards drew their blades instantly. Xylaira's voice cut through the chamber like a blade. Explain this, Xylaria. Why does the enemy stand at your side? Xylaria straightened, her voice carrying across the hall. Because without him, I would not stand here at all. Gasps rippled through the gathered nobles. Xylaira's eyes narrowed. You owe your life to this creature. Elias bowed, unflinching beneath the stares of hundreds of alien warriors. Your Majesty, I don't claim anything. I only did what anyone should have done. Xylaira's gaze hardened. No, not anyone. A Zarthari would have left you to die. The silence grew heavy. Xylaira's chest tightened. She had feared this moment, feared her mother's wrath, her people's scorn. But she did not falter. Perhaps that is why we must change, Xylaria declared. We call them weak. Yet their weakness shields them from cruelty. It allows them to show mercy where we would not. Elias gave me life when fate had taken it. For that, I name him not enemy but ally. The hall erupted in protest. Shouts of outrage. Snarls of betrayal. But Xylaria lifted her clawed hand, silencing them. Her eyes lingered on her daughter, then on the human who stood with a courage few of her own generals could muster. Finally she spoke. Then let it be so. The princess owes him her life. That life belongs to the empire. By saving her, he has tied himself to us, whether he wishes it or not. Elias blinked. That sounds ominous. Xylaria smiled faintly. Do not fear. It means you are one of us now. The ending, a new beginning. The weeks that followed changed the empire. Rumors spread like wildfire. The princess had survived thanks to a human. The fragile enemy was not so weak after all. For the first time in living memory, warriors of the Zarthari spoke not with disdain but with curiosity about humanity. And for Xylaria, the queen who thought her daughter lost, there was a private relief she dared not show her court. For all her pride, for all her stern resolve, she was still a mother. And when Xylaria embraced her, alive and strong, she allowed herself a single tear to fall. Do not scare me again, child, she murmured.